Hey friends, what's good? Welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? Hope you had a great Easter weekend. So today I want to talk to you about why you need a repeatable system in your coaching business if you want to avoid the burnout and if you want to scale your coaching business in 2025. So, if you are a coach, welcome to my channel. How are you doing? So, if you are tired of starting every single month at zero and you are wondering where your next clients are coming from, or it feels like that your income is riding an emotional roller coaster, this video is going to change your whole systems, your whole business. So, stay until the end if you want to learn how you can actually build a repeatable system inside your coaching business that will bring you consistent 5-figure months without adding more work, without creating more offers, without burning out in the process of scaling your business. So if you're new to my page, welcome. My name is Rajah and I help overworked and burnt out coaches and course creators to transition from burnout and an unsustainable one-on-one coaching model into a scalable group coaching program that gives them a consistent income and their life back. So if you're craving structure, you want to have your peace back, and you want to have a proof that your business can run without you hustling 24/7, welcome, you are in the right place. So let's be real. Being a coach and being a course creator right now, it can feel like a never-ending treadmill. So you wake up, you open your laptop, and you instantly feel like, okay, I'm behind. So you feel like you have no plan, you feel like you don't have a schedule, you are just growing your to-do list, right? And this sinking feeling in your chest like, oh my God, I have to make more money this month so I can keep paying my bills, I can keep hiring team members, and I can actually start living my life, right? So you start scrambling, which means like you throw together some content that kind of speaks to your offer, right? You tweak your bio for how many times? Like maybe for the 100th time, right? You always check your DMs and feels like there is crickets. So you post a story, with the hope that someone will actually say, okay, I'm in. But it's mostly like your DM is mostly filled with people who know you, like your family and your friends, and they love your dog. So when you think, okay, maybe I need to launch something new, so you spend hours creating a mini offer, a mini mind, or a workshop, or a digital product, trying to get the cash in the door again. And all of this is happening while you are still delivering a high touch support to your one-on-one clients, and you are coaching them, you are messaging them, you are sending them call reminders. Like, it's a never-ending treadmill. So your brain never shuts off. Even when you are sleeping, you suddenly wake up and you think about your business. So you are doing everything, but you are still wondering, okay, why does this feel so unsustainable? Why does it feel like unstable? And I want to tell you the truth here. If your business depends on your energy and the output every single day to stay afloat, it's not sustainable at all. It is not scalable. And the worst part is that it's not giving you the freedom you were promised when you actually started this business, right? What happens when you get sick? What happens when your kids get sick? What happens if you just need a break, right? What happens if your kids are at home from school for a week? So you stop showing up and suddenly it feels like the income is disappearing. You stop launching and it feels like there are no leads coming in. So this is not your fault, because most of us were taught to hustle. We were taught to hustle until we die. And we were also told that just post more, just go live more, just launch again, right? And without realizing that this is actually leading to burnout, because it is a month-to-month grind with no floor and with no ceiling. So it leaves you exhausted, second-guessing everything, and secretly wondering if you are actually cut out for this, right? And also, I want to tell you a good news. Here is another way. which I will show you in this video, how you can actually break that cycle today. So I want to talk to you about some of the myths and misconceptions that is actually keeping you in the start from scratch cycle, because once you see them, you cannot unsee them. So a lot of coaches and course creators who are scaling their business, they think they need to add more offers in order to keep the audience interested to buy more. You don't need more offers. What you need is more focus. So I know this one hits really hard because I know we are creatives, right? We love building new things. We love like solving new problems. And if you are constantly reinventing the wheel, your audience will always be confused because they don't know what you actually do, because you are always trying new things. And I tell this my clients all the time. As human beings, yes, we are creative, but you need to understand and know how can you put this energy flow of creativity into something that is outside of your business, right? That is when I actually learned that I love painting, and I started to paint again. I started to started to learn doodling, because that is also something how I am putting my creative energy into something that is not my business. So I've had clients, they come to me with 5 different offers: a course, a mini mind, a mastermind, a workshop series, private coaching, and some random $30 digital product that they made in midnight because they thought of their ideal clients. But guess what? None of them were selling consistently. Yes, they got a sale here, they got a sale there, but it was not helpful to sell consistently because the audience didn't trust that any of those things was the path to results. And when you are consuming my content for a while, you know people, they pay for transformation. How can you help them to get the transformation they desire? How can you get them faster? How can you get them in the best way possible, right? And when we stripped it all down to this one client, to one clear offer, a group coaching offer, and we created a repeatable system around it, everything changed for this client. Right? This client's content got sharper because it was created based on her own methodology and on her own intellectual property. Her DMs turned into buyers, right? And her bank account started to breathe again because she had a repeatable system how to actually have 5-figure launches with one offer. So you don't need new offers. What you need is a proven offer that is sold in a repeatable way. This is how you're going to actually break out from the start, stop, or start and building from scratch cycle. This is what will also build authority, demand, and consistency in your business, because people start to see why they should work with you because of this one offer you were talking about for a long time. The next one is a sneaky one, right? Because maybe you have this thought like, okay, every month is different. I cannot plan ahead. This used to be me for a while. And it sounds like this is true, right? Life is busy. Some months you are onboarding new clients. Some months you are deep in delivery, right? You are creating maybe new curriculum. You are doing everything set up in the back end with your Airtable. And sometimes your nervous system just wants a break. But here is what I want you to hear from me today. So the chaos is not permanent, right? It's just a symptom of not having a system. So when you don't have a process to guide how you show up, how you sell, how you grow, everything feels unpredictable. That is why you feel like every month is different and I cannot plan ahead. But when you know and when you build a rinse and repeat plan for yourself, for your content, for your lead generation, and for your sales, you stop being reactive and you start being proactive, which means you can plan your income, right? When you know, okay, my offer is $2K, I want to make $20K you need to close 10 clients. How many leads do you need to speak to in order to turn them in 10 clients? Right? So you can plan your income, you can plan your vacations, you can actually plan resting, because your business has a rhythm and it's not a guessing game anymore. Even if life throws like curveballs, because life is lifing, your system has your back. Your system gives you like a fallback and will say like, hey, I got you. And that is what I want for you. And especially if you are going from one-on-one coaching into a group program, the system needs to have your back. The system needs to work so that nothing is scrambling down or nothing is actually falling down, because it is working on evergreen. The last misconception is like, this one is especially hard for my heart-led coaches. They think if they automate or if they create systems that it will feel impersonal, right? If I send every Monday the same message on an automation to my clients to check in, this will feel impersonal. I need to do this on my own. So you think if you use systems, you will sound like a robot and it won't feel connected to your customers and it feels cold for them, right? But listen, systems don't just make your business less personal, right? They actually make it sustainable for you to run your business long term. Because systems don't replace your voice, they actually protect it so that you can continue this business for a long time and keep growing this voice, keep building the table that you build. So they make sure that even on days you are quiet, your message is still being heard from the right people. That people, like new people who are coming in your audience, still know how to work with you. That your brilliance is still working behind the scene, even when you are not online 24/7. You can now start having weekends again where you don't work on the weekends. And the best part is when you stop spending all your energy figuring things out from scratch, you will finally have the capacity to deepen your relationships with your clients, to create better content, right? And you can actually serve from overflow instead of burnout. This is also huge when you want to go away from scarcity mindset into like abundance mindset. And when you are more in abundance mindset, you know there is an overflow of leads, overflow of clients, overflow of sales. And it starts with automation and systems, because automation and structure automatically tells you that it means more freedom and not less connection. And yes, you can have a heart, because I know you want to impact your people and still have systems in place that helps you to grow this business in a sustainable way. So you can scale your business, right? And this is the new way of building and scaling your group coaching program. So as the next part, I want to talk to you about what I really mean when I say repeatable system, right? I know I got a few questions from my clients before they learned it, so I want to actually teach you what this is, because it's not just about tech automations, fancy funnels, or perfect productivity hacks. It's more about you finally waking up in your business and really knowing exactly what the hell you are doing on a daily basis. Means when you're working from Monday to Thursday, you know what you are working on those 4 days. So I want to paint two pictures here, okay? How a life is without a system, and how your life will look like if you have a repeatable system. So let's look in the day in the life of an overworked, burnt out coach, okay? I know this because I work with overworked, burnt out coaches. I used to be that as well. So this looks like you roll out of bed already behind. You check your phone, you scroll through Instagram and see other coaches talking about booked out programs and having like 50K launches, and your stomach drops, right? You think like, okay, I should post something today, but you don't even know what your offer is right now because you are so confused. You have too many offers. And you spend the next hour rewriting a caption. You are overthinking every line, or trying to convince people that you are the expert. because you know that this is the energy you are actually in right now. So mid-morning, a client texts you about rescheduling. Another one sends you a long Voxer message asking for mindset coaching, and you reply right away because you want to be a good coach, right? And you don't want the client to wait. And now you are deep in reactive mode. So you jump on back to back in one-on-one calls and everything while you are thinking, I should be launching something soon, but I don't even know what or when, because you need to make the money. You need to increase the income. So you finish the day being mentally drained. You open your Stripe account and it feels like, okay, where is the payments, right? So you tell yourself that you will figure it out tomorrow, but tomorrow looks exactly the same. No plan, no strategy, just you making it work with your willpower. Now, let's flip the script, okay? I want you to see how a life could look like if you have a repeatable system with structure and strategy. Okay, so you wake up, you know exactly what you are selling because you value simplicity, because your offer is set. You have dialed in your transformation. You check your calendar and you see, okay, schedule content that is already aligned to your sales process, not just random posts. You are using sales psychology to create sales content, right? Intentional is important for you because you know that one piece of content is actually leading the reader to actually book a call with you. You have leads coming in daily or weekly, not just during launches, right? Because first of all, your messaging is clear, and second of all, your content is actually working for you in the background. So you are not just trying to figure out your niche and again, right? Or your ideal client or the next price point, because that decision fatigue is gone. And your sales process is so simple that you know how to actually have DM conversation or how to actually close the lead in the DMs or on a call. And you actually enjoy selling because you believe in your offer, you make more offer, and you know how to actually communicate that value to your audience. So client delivery doesn't drain you anymore because you have transitioned from a high maintenance one-on-one coaching into a scalable group container, and you still give incredible support, but it is more sustainable and more streamlined. So you close your laptop at 4 p.m., you go for a walk. Maybe you have a kid and you pick up your kid. Maybe you have a dog and you go for a dog walk. You make dinner without your brain spinning about what to post next or how to make the next money with a new offer. That is the power of having a repeatable system. Not because it's just like sexy, it brings you freedom, but most importantly, it helps you to have more peace again in your business and in your life. So system is not, it's a must-have in your business, right? And it can look very simple. I'm not really talking about the tech systems. I'm talking about when you know what you are selling and it doesn't have to change every single month. You know that who you are speaking to, which means you are no longer reinventing your ideal client avatar in a Google Doc every single week. Your content has structure. You know the caption formula because it tells stories, it educates, it actually is selling every single piece of your content. You have a lead generation process that happens weekly, not just during the launches. You are getting new leads every single day. And you have a clean way to convert, which means you know how to talk to your people in the DMs. Maybe you have an application or you are leading these people to book a call with you, and you are so confident in this process that you love doing this. And this is it. This is the system I'm talking about. And I didn't mention about fancy funnels. I didn't mention website. I didn't mention, I don't know, complicated tech funnels. Everything can be very simple. You just have to make the decision. And this is the same framework that I teach inside my program. Because when you know that your offer works, when you know your content will drive action, when you have the trust in your buyer's journey and that your business becomes a rinse and repeat machine, you know that you will get the leads, and you know because you get the leads, because you need to have the leads, your income will grow. And this is where your nervous system calms the hell down, because it's not a fluke. This is not a trend. It's not manifesting hard enough, or it's not about, I don't know, it's more about the strategy, it's more about structure, it's actually scaling on purpose. Because when you stop starting, when you stop starting over, everything changes. Because you stop chasing leads, you start attracting aligned clients, you stop second guessing, and you are starting to lead as the leader that is necessary for your community. And you stop trying to prove yourself. You start standing in your own power as the go-to coach, because you know that. And when you have this in process, you will get to take Fridays off, right? Maybe you want to work Fridays only half days, and after 12 p.m. you want to be free without feeling the guilt. Maybe you actually choose to launch, or you choose not to launch, but there is no guilt or there is no pressure. You just do it because you want to launch, or you just learn to sell on Evergreen. And you show up in your content with ease because you know exactly what to say to walk the buyers through their buyer's journey, to help them to make a buying decision. So you become the coach that leads, not reacts, and you really step into the identity of someone who creates consistent 20K plus months, not by luck, but by design, because you know what the repeatable system is. So if you are ready to stop starting from scratch every single month, because that is exhausting, that is what is actually leading to burnout, and you want to have a repeatable system that works for you and for your business, because it's not a one-size-fits-all blueprint, right? It's not another funnel that you don't need. It's the system and the strategy that is actually created around your mission, around your magic. So I would help you to do that inside my program, Scaling Mastery. This is where I teach you how to scale your one-on-one expertise into a signature group coaching program, build a repeatable sales system around it, and finally have the income and freedom that you have been craving for years. This is the program where you will go away from burnout and start to have a peaceful life again. So if this sounds like you, to book a call, there is a link in the show notes. Just click it. It takes 1 minute to fill the applications, and then we get on a call and we start creating your customized plan that you can do inside the program. The next level is not about doing more. It's actually about doing the right things on repeat. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining, and I see you in